Is it the defense? Because 5 minutes ago it was Purdy. Now it's the defense.
I said it's a defense more for me than Purdy. I think it's a defense more than Purdy.
Man, they didn't get home. Burrow's he's been dealing with the calf, but he's been much of a statue yesterday, Steiny. He had 41 yards on the ground. And then they had time to sack him, and they couldn't sack him.
Yeah, I guess what I keep coming back to is we've got to figure out a way to, 3 weeks ago, this team was one of the greatest teams ever. Scored 30 points in 5 straight games. Defense was good. So
Purdy 30.
There's an old adage, you're never as good as you are at your best, and you're never as bad as you are at your worst. How come when this stuff really hits, though, we don't want to believe it? Like when the 49ers are 5-0, if somebody were to say, they are 5-0, but let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Oh, then you're a hater. Yeah, you're a hater.
Well, that's a fact. Mad at you. That's the nature of the beast, man.
But that's where it's like, okay, so after every win, they're great, and after every loss, they stink.
But
there's got to be a middle, right? There's got to be a middle ground.
And he didn't do it to himself. We did it.
Exactly.
Nobody knew how good he was. But he was playing. He set the bar so damn high.
In 10 games. And you know what?
2 of those were playoff games.
That's right. And here's the other thing. Everybody, the big stat about the numbers. Jimmy Garoppolo was 17-3 in his first 20 games with the Niners. Cared.
But it was stressful.
So what? The point is,
it goes against your point. It was stressful. Brock Purdy had been playing turnover-free
Jimmy
football.
Garoppolo was 17-3, but that gets cast aside. Brock Purdy's 10-0. Oh, Brock. Well, guess what? Brock Purdy, what is he now in his career? 13-3? He's off to a worse start as a starting quarterback than Garoppolo with the Niners.
You know what I'm saying.
That's just a fact.
Yeah, but he had not been
right, because nobody gives him a chance. Right, nobody gives him a chance to fail or succeed. He's a superstar after 10 games. It's like, no, he's good quarterback. He's let him. Who else? Oh, Mike Tomczak started out 10-0. Well, he's a joke. Okay, Mike Tomczak's a joke. Oh, Ben Roethlisberger. Well, we acted as though nobody had ever gotten off to the kind of start that Brock Purdy had when there were examples of guys who got off to a start that Brock Purdy got off to, and they didn't go on to be Hall of Fame quarterbacks. Like, we all screwed up after 10 games.
Well, we don't know yet. This is 3 games that have been subpar for him, but if he's to come back after the bye and they reel off 5 and he looks like that guy that won 2 playoff games and was undefeated, then that won't be valid. People will be back on and they'll be calling he's the GOAT or whatever.
Well, no,
my biggest concern, and any Niner fan's biggest concern, can he push you to the Super Bowl? And nobody's saying he is. The bottom line is, everybody said it.
Like,
we just had a caller compare him to Montana.
Right.
I never said that, but I said the start was something better than Montana's. That's all. Like, I'm shocked. I'm over here looking at you like he wasn't that good, but can he be this bad? Can he get you? Because if he continue, if this is who he really is, then they might have a problem. And not a might, they do. Because I told you.
Okay, what do you do?
Came out of my mouth.
So they have a problem at quarterback.
No, if this
what are we going to do?
The defense needs to get better.
Okay.
But remember I said, the defense can have slippage. I said that because the offense was so stellar. Now, 3 weeks later, the offense is MIA. And 365, Steiny, again, I'm just telling anybody that tells me he threw for 365, if you watch that game, a lot of those yards came when they had to pass and Cincinnati called the dogs off. But I don't know.
How many of those yards came in the fourth quarter?
I bet 100 of them.
I don't know. 925, haven't let Purdy played enough. Yes. 888-957-9570 is the number. Like, it's also possible this is who Purdy is. He's pretty good, and then he's not going to be pretty good. I mean, that's what we all think about Kirk Cousins, right? Kirk Cousins really good. then it gets to crunch time, and he takes the choke.
Right.
Okay. Well, maybe Brock Purdy's the exact same way.
Wow. Then that would be a problem.
Well, I don't think.
We haven't seen that.
I disagree.
So long.
I don't think it would be a problem with a healthy Kirk Cousins at quarterback for the Niners. See, I don't think he would be a problem there. I'm just saying that he's doing what a lot of quarterbacks now do.
Lori Matthews, Steiny saying it's called growing pains.
They're down
Hopefully
2 touchdowns. Yeah, they're down 2 touchdowns. You got to try to make a play to come back, and that's when you make most of your mistakes. Let's go to. Wow, we got a lot of calls. Let's go to G-Rock. G-Rock's in San Jose. What's up, G-Rock?
Hey, how y'all doing today?
Hey.
Doing well.
Okay, so my thing is I'm hearing a lot about, Purdy, about the defense, which, it rightfully so, but I think this all starts with the head coach. I mean, he's the guy in charge. He's made all these great, grand decisions, ran Trey Lance up out of here because we're ready to win now. He comes up with this high, expensive draft pick kicker who seems to kick right sometimes, but we're ready to win now. But he's okay when he lose games for us, but the ready to win now team. But Trey Lance is out of here because we're ready to win now. So that kind of still got me a little pissed off a little bit. But now here we are. We're talking about, Purdy's doing a great job. He's going to make mistakes. He's young. He's a good quarterback to me. I think he can win with this team. And I think, yes, the defense are having problems. But where does this all start at? It starts with our head coach. He's not calling great plays. And I'm going to tell you this before you guys cut me off. I think that he is a great play designer. But as a head coach, hell no. He is not a great head coach. He does not know how to coach games. He has no feel for the game. Great play designer, but head coach, hell no. That's my take.
That's G-Rock in San Jose.
Not a Kyle fan.
What's Kyle's overall record now?
He's over 500, and he's been in multiple NFC championship games. Again, he don't need me to defend him. I'm not. And he's been to a Super Bowl. And everybody and their mama had the Niners in the Super Bowl this year. I know that you could do with that what you want. But Steiny, we call the defensive coordinator. Yeah, his job is solely to look over the defense, and Wilkes is struggling. But they got major talent. I mean, Kyle said last week he was sitting in on the meetings, on the defensive meetings. So to the caller's point, the head coach is responsible for everything, right? Everything. When stuff hits the fan.
Okay, well then, so I think it's mostly on the players.
You sound like 54.
Do.
Fred Warner said the same thing. And have you noticed they've been missing a gang of tackles, Steiny? Yesterday they missed a gang of tackles. I mean, they had Burrow back there, and he looked like Michael Vick.